Another edition of Beauty and the Geek Beyond Reality recap. All right, what an exciting show. I think this was probably my favorite episode of the entire season so far.
One of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So last week there was no quiz.
Wow.
John and Natalie were voted out by the winners, whatever.
Right.
And, yeah.
Okay, so everyone's glad to be back from Mexico.
They can finally drink the water now.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's the Final Four, kids. Tough competition.
Serious now.
That's right. So, the beauties are going to be up first this week, and they're going to do an animal and insect contest.
Zoology.
You know, the ologies.
Other ologies.
Right.
Yeah.
The geeks, on the other hand, will be doing mixology. Drinky.
You're not supposed to get it.
So, yeah. It's going to be a Flair Bartending show.
And they have a competitive bartending champ, I didn't even know they had that,
Yes.
coming to train them, and his
Tim
name
Plumber.
is Tim Plumber.
Yeah. And William's all cocky, because he's Mr. Devil Sticks.
Yeah, so he's always like, blah, blah, blah.
The geeks were in awe of Tim Plumber.
Yes.
They were like, oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think poor Dave, I feel so bad for him. He just has no hand-eye coordination.
It's really sad.
The beauties were studying. Jasmine and Shay were outside, and
They had a little encounter.
Something flew by. Yeah, it was a close encounter of the green kind. Is that a bee?
Ah, it was green!
These aren't green. This one was.
It was definitely a beetle.
It was like a beetle, yeah. So, Nicole is just like, I think we should have sent home William and Jen after she witnessed them arguing, because, you know, she just does not like any kind of confrontation of
My
the sexy
professors!
kind, or
They're gonna, oh, I'm so ashamed. My professors are gonna see this.
I will bring shame upon my school.
Okay,
So-
Nicole. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so it's time for the competition for the beauties. And yeah, they totally went to the beach.
They went to like a cave thing.
I'm really surprised that the nerds weren't allowed to go.
Yeah, usually they get to watch.
But they didn't. So they brought them into this dark, spooky cave. And there was no elephants or horses in there. Even though Shay thought there was going to be.
Oh, I thought there was going to be elephants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
horses.
in a cave, because that really makes sense.
Yeah, but there was hissing cockroaches, millipedes, snakes, scorpions, grubs, which look like giant boogers.
That's
and
from Lion King.
tarantulas. The challenge is that they have 10 minutes to match up all 7 of the creepies with their Latin name.
Yeah, they had like the whole stock buckets of them, where there was like 1 million of each thing.
Well, there was at least 4.
There's a lot of snakes in there. So they had to match them up to their own bucket things with the Latin
names. They had to
names.
kind of like travel with them a little bit, which was kind of scary, because I mean, it's one thing to go like, but to have to like carry it, transport it, that's pretty scary. And you know, Shay was totally afraid of spiders because she got bit by a spider. And I'm thinking she had an allergic reaction. Yeah, she don't do spiders. But she totally picked up the jumpy spider.
That thing was jumping.
Props.
Like when
Was it tarantula?
Sam was carrying it, it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
And then when Shay was carrying one, it was like,
oh.
It was like,
yeah. So, Jen had a strategy. She let the snake pick its own thing that it wanted to go into.
I think she let all of them pick their own.
But mostly the snake. And, well, maybe she tried to let the other ones pick, but the snake was the only one who actually did pick. And no surprise here, Sam finished first. He wasn't afraid, really, of any of the things. He just threw them in, but he didn't really know for sure where they actually went.
It didn't really matter if you got them all or not, because it only mattered how many you had right.
Right. So Jasmine, she did a lot more than I thought she would have done. And she was like, oh, it's scary, because the face is the part that could eat you. So yeah, so this is Jasmine. Come on, Jasmine, get it out of there. Get it out. Come on. Get it out. What? That's not one of the animals. Get it out of here.
That was alligatorus crocodilia.
Yeah, with a hole in its buttocks.
Oh.
Okay, so Jasmine didn't get any right.
But you know what? She overcame some of her fears.
Yeah. Or at least she tortured herself for a few minutes anyway.
Yeah, for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So Jen got 1.
The snake got it right.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so then Shay got 1 out of 7. She was the only other one besides Sam to get all 7 transported at least. And Sam, I can't believe he got 5 out of 7, that cocky bastard.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations, Sam.
He's so funny in a douchey way.
When they all came back to the house, Dave was really upset for Jasmine. So the wonderful teddy bear LARPer that he is, he made brownies to cheer up Jasmine. That was so nice of him, even though he burnt them.
Yeah.
It's the thought
that counts.
Yeah, come on. So it's time for the Geekdom competition. So you know what that means, kids. Want a drinky? Bartender LARPers.
Ooh.
So yeah, so William wouldn't dress up for the challenge.
Yeah, Jen was like, oh, would it count, like, if you looked like a bartender and stuff?
Yeah. He's like, I don't have any of that stuff.
The only one that dressed up like a bartender was Dave. And he had, like, a tuxedo shirt and a bow tie. It was so funny.
Oh, yeah. So Shay totally prepared Joshua. She fixed his hair for him. She tanned him.
She tried to tan him.
She did a little bit.
It didn't look like it then, but then later on in the show it did.
Yeah. So William was totally overconfident going into this thing because he's, like we said before, Mr. Devil Stick. So he just thinks his shit doesn't stink. Dave, you got the flair, honey. I think you're going to pull this one out of your butt because you just got it.
Even though you're like,
He's so charming.
I know.
Who could not love Dave?
He's a big teddy bear.
So the challenge is that they need to make a drink for their beauties.
Yes.
Beauties.
I was like, what?
Yeah. And they will be judged on skill.
And
as
flair.
well as flair. Yes. So Joshua was up first, and there was fluids everywhere. Oh, it was
you
like...
don't have to flip the cream. Okay?
It was like an enema gone wrong.
It was disgusting.
It was bad. Then Nicole, lose the hat. And of course, she's the musicologist. So
she was like,
this
is what she did the whole time. She didn't even do that. It was just like, ooh, I went around my back.
Wow. Nice.
Not really.
Okay, so then William. Cocky little bastard.
William was like, ooh, ah.
What?
I'm sorry.
He did almost hit Sam in the head. That's true.
You should have seen Sam's face. Well, if you did, he was like in slow motion.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was awesome.
So then our fave, Dave, was up next with the sex on the beach. Oh yeah. Classy, classy, hilarious. He was even high. Wait for it.
Hilarious.
Thank you. What did Jasmine have to say about him?
Jasmine was like, he did cool. That doesn't make sense. Either,
I know, that was like the best line out of the whole episode.
Either it was really cool, or he did good, or he did well, or yeah.
So, the judge, who was the guy who taught them all how to do this, said William and Dave did great.
Even though William was like,
I know. And Dave wins!
Yes!
Yay, LARPer.
I was very happy about that.
So, he likey the win. He's gotten a taste of winning and he wants more. So, yeah. Josh, Owa, and Shay were totally hanging out in the bedroom. And, like, is his head attached to his body? Because he's like a bobblehead.
It's so weird.
So, you know what they did? They had a fake toast. To you.
Joshua, what you doing?
I fake drinked. Okay. So, yeah.
Because obviously, Jen and William and Shay and Joshua have to be the two teams going in. So they were having their little goodbye toast.
Goodbye.
Just in case.
Because they might not get the chance again. So, Jen and Shay were up first against each other. And they were being quizzed on zoology. So they both got their questions right. So it was 2-2. So it was up to the boys to sort it out.
Versus Joshua.
That's right. So William gets up there and gets his first question right. Joshua does not get his first question right. So now it's up to William to stick the knife in and twist it and get the last question right for him. And he does.
Yep.
So that was that. Bye, Josh.
Bye, Shay.
No, you mean Shalandra.
Shalandra.
Don't call me
She's
that.
like, it's Shay.
That's right. You forgot. So next week, kids, it's the final 3.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see if Jen and William are going to be like a better match now since they like won something and they've gotten through something.
I don't think so.
I don't either, but it'll be cool to see if they do.
But they're going to tie them together next week. And you know what? Dave tries to put the game on Nicole.
Yep.
Don't be putting the game on her. She ain't going to
He's
fall
like,
for
this
it.
is awkward.
This is awkward. Let's make out. No, I don't know what happens, but...
That's weird when people say that. Like, you'll be talking to them and they're like, this is awkward.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Why don't I just crawl in a
don't you
hole
just,
and
like-
die?
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, maybe I will before next week. Then she'll have to go solo.
No.
Okay, so kids, until next week on Beauty and the Geek.
Much
Much
love.
love.